Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett at Parnassus Books. Don't you think he's getting bigger? I think he's getting bigger, and Sparky's getting a little tired of the whole thing. But puppies grow up fast, so be sure to come in and see them while they're still small. Okay, I want to say that my friend Jenna Bush Hager has a new book out today, which is Everything is Beautiful in Its Time. It's just a real pretty journal about family, and since family is very much on our mind this last year, that we've spent so much time with our family, or maybe not enough time with our family, depending on what side you've been on, this is a lovely thing. And also, Jenna's dad, George, has a book out, and these are his paintings of immigrants and little stories about America's immigrants and their importance in our society. And we have signed copies of this. So times change. And now Lindsay and Barnabus are going to talk to you about more laydowns. Thanks.
Hey y'all. Barnabus is going to talk to you from the floor because he's being a little squirmy this morning. I'm usually a big fiction reader, but today we've got a ton of exciting nonfiction, so I'm going to switch gears and talk about some nonfiction releases that I'm really excited about today. First off, we have a book from beloved late Anthony Bourdain. This is called World Travel. It is a wonderful gift book. It goes through place by place with Anthony Bourdain's notes, his favorite spots, his witty commentary. It is out today. We've got tons of copies coming in. Another book I want to highlight is For the People by Larry Krasner. Larry Krasner has worked as a civil rights attorney in Philadelphia for 3 decades. This is his book on the prison system in America and civil rights movement. Another book, memoir I want to highlight is Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner, who you might also know as Japanese Breakfast, the indie pop group. This is her memoir about growing up Korean American, the loss of her mother, and also the trajectory of her music career. We have a handful of signed copies, so come quickly if you want one. And last, I want to highlight, we have a paperback release of our good friend Ruthie Lindsay's memoir, There I Am. And now I'll turn it over to Elyse.
Hello. We have a lot of events to talk about today. So first of all, tonight we have Natalie Standiford and Astrid Sees All. This is set in New York City, Bohemia, 1980s, the glittering club scene, lots of sex, drugs, and tons of music, and about a young, vulnerable woman who takes a deep dive into her dark side. Think Sweet Bitter, Fleabag, any books by Patti Smith. She will be in conversation with writer and music critic Ann Powers. That is tonight on the Parnassus Facebook page, 6 p.m. Central. Buy the book from Parnassus, you'll get a wonderful signed book plate while they last. Thursday, we have Kate Albus with us and her new middle grade book, A Place to Hang the Moon. This is a beautiful, wonderful book about an orphan family in London during World War II. She is in conversation with Crystal Maldonado, and that will be Thursday, Parnassus Facebook page, 6 p.m. Central, also with book plates. Buy them from Parnassus. Friday, we are thrilled to host Nashville's own Kendra DeColo and her new book of poetry, I Am Not Trying to Hide My Hungers from the World. This is feminist poems exploring motherhood, pop culture, resistance, with a spirit of defiance, abundance, and irreverent joy. She is in conversation with fellow Nashville poet, she's in conversation with Sienna Rouse, a fellow Nashville poet, and we are so happy to be hosting both of them. Kendra will sign copies for you, so come on over to Parnassus. Then Monday, the 26th, this is a very special event. This is the Parnassus Book Club event with our own fantastic Kathy Schultenover. She will be hosting our own fantastic co-owner of Parnassus, award-winning author Ann Patchett, who will be celebrating her book in paperback The Dutch House. If you've not read it, come get it. And if you have read it, buy the paperback because you'll want to read it again. All of you who have your own book clubs, come on. So this is going to be on the Parnassus Facebook page, Monday the 26th. Note the time difference. It's at 6:30. All of these programs for this coming week, they're on Parnassus Facebook page. All of them can be seen at any time. So if you miss one, don't feel bad, come back. So I especially want to mention to those book clubs that are reading The Dutch House, this is the perfect thing to watch. Watch it on Monday or watch it when you have your own book club. But I hope to see you at all these events. And now I will turn it over to Rae Ann.
Hi everybody. It's an exciting day in the Spark Book Club today because this month's selection comes out, How to Save a Queendom by Jessica Lawson. This is about an orphan named Stub who has a royal tiny wizard magically bound to her. And soon Stub and her pet chicken are off with the wizard across the country to make it to the capital to save the queen and the queendom. In chapter books today, we have Popcorn Bob. This is a book about a girl who loves popcorn, and she has a bag of popcorn with one that explodes when it gets mad, and that's Popcorn Bob. Today in picture books, we have Birdhouse by Blanca Gomez. It also comes out in a Spanish language edition. This is about a child and their grandmother who rescue a bird, and they save it and care for it until it can fly free on its own. Today, We Are Still Here by Tracy Sorrell, illustrated by Frenela Sock. This is Native American Truths Everyone Should Know, a nonfiction picture book told in a classroom presentation by 12 students. In YA, we have Witches Steeped in Gold by Shannon Smart, the first in a new fantasy series. This is a book about two girls, a princess and a prisoner, who bond together to fight their mutual enemy. And today by Becky Albertalli, we have Kate in Waiting. This is a rom-com about two best friends who fall for the same guy. It's a theater book. We have signed copies and we have signed bookmarks for the first few customers. Also this month, there's a new book, Reading is Magic, a book log for families. This has a great selection of recommendations by booksellers all over the country. I'm so glad I got to contribute to this. You can read, get recommendations, and keep a log. This is great for now and especially leading into summer reading. Thank you for listening, and thanks for shopping local and at parnassusbooks.net.